Okay, so we're going to be factoring out quadratic, or well, not quadratics, but, well, quadratics, but factoring out trinomials. So I am looking out with a variable that is squared, and we don't have a value that is just 1. So since we have 5p squared, we are going to have to do this a little bit differently. So what I am going to do is take the 5, the first term, I'm going to multiply it times that last term, negative 48, and 5 times negative 48, and that's going to give me a total of 240. It's going to be negative 240. So now what I want to do is I want to think about factor sets of negative 240 that will add up to get me that middle term, which is a positive 22. So obviously to get a negative number, one's going to have to be positive, one's going to have to be negative. But in order for me to get a negative or a positive number in the middle, the negative number is got to be the smaller number. So I can go through all the factor pairs. There's a bunch of factor pairs that go with 240, but the only set that will work with this would be 8 times 30. 8 times 30 gives you the 240. Like I said, one needs to be positive, one needs to be negative. So in the case of this, the set would have to be a negative 8 with the positive 30, because then those will multiply to give me negative 240. And when I add them together, you end up with a positive 22, which is what you need in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by taking that 5p squared again. I'm going to put the negative 8 after it, and we're going to put the p after it. These in the middle, we're going to have two terms that are going to have the variable next to them, and they're just going to be the signs that you have in front of them. And then that last term that we have is going to be the term that you see up here, negative 48. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at these first two terms, and I'm going to say, okay, what do they have in common? The only thing they have in common is the p. So we're going to pull the p out, and then we're going to multiply 5p squared. So p times 5p will get me 5p squared. I have minus, what times p gives me 8p, that would be an 8. And I'm going to do over here again, we're going to look at this. So we have here plus, and then we're going to pull out what we can pull out. So if we're looking at possibilities of things that we can pull out, we're trying to think about anything that we could pull out. 6 has a common thing in both of them. So they both have 6 in them. 6 times what gives me 30p? That'd be 5p. And then 6 times what gives me a negative 48? That'd be a minus 8. So as you can see, we have a 5p minus 8 for both of them. So that is going to be one of my binomials. And then my other binomial are the two items that I have outside of the parentheses. So p plus 6. And that would be my factored set of binomials in order to get this trinomial from this. If you want more questions like this, you can find them on my YouTube channel, You Want Algebra. Check these out under the quadratic function section.